Mayor Bailey. I would now like to introduce our Spring Hill Mayor, Mike Dinwiddie.
Thank you. How awesome is it going to be for hundreds of people in the local area to say, I have a job? In a county that has one of the highest unemployment rates in the state, those words are magic. I have a job. I want to thank all of our honored guests here today. Welcome to Spring Hill. It's a pleasure to have you all here. There's a lot of folks here that I would love to recognize, but we don't have the time. I would like to recognize a couple of folks that serve specifically Murray County. Congressman Lincoln Davis has done an outstanding job working with Washington. When the call went out that we needed help down here and we needed support, Congressman Davis was working the phones up in Washington, sending out letters, getting the president to sign on to support us, and we're definitely appreciative of his hard work. We also want to recognize State Representative Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb has been a tremendous friend to the city of Spring Hill, and he's worked diligently. He's a friend to the city, to the county, and is a friend to this plant. So I thank him for all of his hard work. We've also got the Columbia Mayor, Dean Dickey, here, and that shows everyone that there is the progress that we're making in regional relationships. To see other cities in the county come to Spring Hill and support a victory for our city is truly outstanding. We've come a long way just in the past few years. It wasn't so long ago when we were told that losing the GM plant would be nothing more than a speed bump on the road to our future. How incredibly wrong that statement turned out to be. For the first time last year, we saw more businesses close than open in Spring Hill. And for literally hundreds of families worried about keeping their homes and feeding their children, that little speed bump very quickly turned into a brick wall. Thank God we have new leadership today. Leadership like Mayor Dickey, Mayor Hendricks down in Mount Pleasant, Mayor Bailey in Murray County, Brandon Gingelbach at the Murray Alliance, and Representative Cobb, who can understand the importance of local jobs and the true impact of what it means to lose them. Individuals who support economic development rather than try to obstruct it. Leadership who jumped on the door line and helped build the very last traverse to roll out of here almost a year ago. That was white, by the way. Leadership who understands that it is the American taxpayer who still owns the majority of this company. Who understands that this plant being idle affects all of us, from Spring Hill, Tennessee, to Seattle, Washington, to Charlotte, North Carolina. From sea to shining sea, all of us, all Americans, are impacted by what happens at this very plant that we're standing in today. It's time that we stop pointing fingers at each other and come together as a country to get things moving again. Being hungry doesn't care what party you belong to. Keeping the lights on doesn't care what party you belong to. There are Democrat auto workers who are struggling. There are Republican auto workers who are struggling. We are all struggling together. And it's time that we realize that our suffering economy is not a Democrat or a Republican problem. We have an American problem. And decisions like this one made today to keep American jobs firmly rooted in American soil is definitely a step in the right direction to ensure the success of a great American company. I want to thank the hard-working men and women of the Local 1853 for doing an outstanding job. You've consistently produced a product that we can all be proud of. You're the best workforce that GM has, and that's by their own standards, not mine. Mike Aaron, Michael O'Rourke. Mike Aaron, Michael O'Rourke, and all the elected leaders here have been working extremely hard to bring jobs back to this plant. I sincerely appreciate the faith that you have placed in us, and I promise that we will continue to work hard for you. Lastly, I want to thank General Motors for making the decision to invest in the Spring Hill plant. No other plant can claim that their workforce has received the Chairman's Award for Excellence 5 consecutive years in a row. And according to their own quality control scores, this plant has produced the best quality vehicle of any plant in the company's history. So it's very good to see that this asset is being utilized, and I thank you very much. I look forward to the day when the economy improves to the point that we can announce a new vehicle so we can fire this plant back up to its full capacity and get the rest of these folks back to work. So with all of that, there's really nothing more to say than, ladies and gentlemen, break time's over. It's time to get back to work. God bless General Motors. God bless Spring Hill. God bless the United States. Thank you.